I'm Alan McLeod. I'm the CTO and co-founder of FYI. FYI is a bootstrapped company based in Adelaide, Australia, and we provide document automation and practice management for accountants. We launched in 2018 and have expanded to about 52 employees and over 23,000 clients. So over that time, we've grown pretty quickly. We're pretty proud of that. Our core products, we import and maintain millions of documents throughout the day through our application. We import from third parties, general use of the application, and have extensive migration tools. So our system is heavily rights focused. It's a service that needs to be available all the time. So our database is core to that, and our relationship with Pythian has, helped us maintain a good customer relationship, I guess, by having that excellent uptime. So I think we will grow pretty quickly, and experience especially how important migration was for our clients. So getting millions of documents off legacy systems and into ours was core to our strategy. We were having a lot of performance issues earlier on where the system was just really unstable and a lot of log contention on the database. This was slowing down queries, loading data was a little bit too slow. We had some increased downtime where randomly the system will just stop responding, and we'll have to go and reboot the servers. And we'll regularly have to go to our clients and explain to them that we're working on our database, we understand what the problem is, and we're trying to mitigate those problems. And our solution earlier on was really to scale up using code to try to fix a lot of the problems we're experiencing. I just wanted to keep our team skills as low as possible, and knowing RDS, you'd have to continuously hire the right people that understand it. I kind of found with Aurora that I could bring a team member in, and the interface, the way you scale it up and scale it down is very intuitive. So internal training was just a lot quicker with the product, and we didn't delve too much in the cost. It was more we try to keep the skill sets in our team at a high level across the whole team, and try to train them up as quick as possible. So we try to use as many of the AWS services out of the box as we can to achieve that, and that allows us to have a really functional team. I mean, it was great working with Pythian. It was, as explained, it was a deep dive into our infrastructure, interviews with our team, a bit of a exploratory process to say these are where we think the problems are, where things could possibly be improved. We didn't always know the solutions, but we'll have a few ideas that we'll put towards the team. We then got a nice report over the health of our system. It gave us a lot more insights we didn't really realize that was going on. And then together we devised a rollout plan, a comprehensive testing strategy to make sure that all data migrations and implementations will go successful. And then we just worked together towards that plan over chosen periods as well, the team was very flexible to make sure that had minimal downtime to any changes we needed to make, and to ensure our customers were still able to access the application. Yeah, we found it really challenging to find reputable people in the space, I guess, of database maintenance. We reached out to our partners at AWS, and they gave us a few options. We spoke internally to people that we know in the industry. I mean, we interviewed a couple of different places, but we really felt just the approach to this team was a little bit differently, especially with these tools and the health check, and the way they kind of engaged with us was less salesy and more about the problem, I guess, and talking to how they're going to help improve things, and to the credit they have.
Hi everyone, my name is Matt Pearson. I'm the lead database consultant for the Pythian database Postgres team. So there were several things that we did for FYI parameter changes, but the bulk of the issue was there was one central table that was well over 70% of the database instance size. So it was assumed that a lot of the problems was down to size. So we did some metric testing, and more or less proven to be accurate. So we needed to devise a way to basically reduce that table size. The trouble is, it wasn't easy based upon the fact that it was based upon customer. So it's split up, partitioned by customer. So logically, how do you do that internally without affecting the data? Well, we came up with something called hash partition, which is available luckily in the Postgres version that was available. So we decided to try a hash partition. We chose, I think it was 100 buckets or something around that size. We didn't really have any good metrics to say why it was 100. We just based it upon the fact that if you get too many partitions, you have problems, and if you get too few, partition sizes will be too big. So we chose something in the middle. That basically turned to be true. So it had two knock-on effects besides reducing query time. The first one was that auto vacuuming started working properly. One of the big problems in Postgres for large tables is auto vacuuming only ever produces one process per table. So if you've got a very, very large table, sometimes your auto vacuum doesn't finish, which means that it basically just sits there, which can have an impact on customer performance. So by splitting it up, you're effectively making much smaller chunks which auto vacuum can tackle much more quickly. We also managed to get more auto vacuums working at the same time, so it helped clean up the table, clean up the data, because auto vacuum is a garbage collection process, very important in Postgres. So by doing all of that together, we managed to get the performance working a bit better, and so any SQL that was hitting the table also, as long as it's using the partition key, would also be naturally quicker. So just by a simple change, well, I say simple change, it was quite a complex change, but just by that one change to the schema, we were able to get a lot of performance improvements.
It really was our confidence now to continue to expand our product and take into new markets. We're at a point where we'll talk in all sorts of crazy things to be able to continue to scale the application, and this solution just gave us the confidence to say that we're going to be able to support the amount of customers we anticipate. It also allowed us to focus back on the things we love to do, which is implement new features and solve customer problems rather than solving technical issues with the database. So our team was a lot more focused, and even our sales and implementation team were a lot more confident going out to clients and saying, this is where we're going to be and this is how we're going to service you, because we've done a lot of this core work which just needed to be done throughout there. Hopefully you can understand it's been positive. We're very thankful for the work that they've done, and we continue to work with Pythian on a daily basis now. Database changes aren't just one-offs, it's a bit of a relationship. I know this sounds a bit sales pitchy, but it really is, and it's just something you constantly need to be looking at and reviewing and not ignoring, because small things just become bigger. So we're definitely, it's something you kind of have to, well, I don't know if you have to, but we have experience and we've learned, and now we're trying to get processes in place to ensure that we're constantly tuning that database and mitigating these problems as early as possible. And Pythian, they look over our system regularly, give us insights, feedback on what's going on, where we should be looking at next, and we're almost like developing out a plan for the next 2 to 3 months to where we want to be.